Okay, with the new year, I know it's really fun to think about decluttering, minimizing, simplifying, just living in a more clutter-free and stress-free environment altogether. Today, I want to talk about 5 decluttering ideas that I think will be perfect for the new year of 2024 to get you motivated, to get the ball rolling and help you make some progress. I've come up with different styles of decluttering that I think can be really effective. The very first one is List Lisa. Lisa's the type of personality who's very organized, very structured, and wants to go through her house making lists of all the areas. So you're gonna take inventory first. If you like to take a very systematic approach and be able to follow along and check things off, if that's very motivating, then you're gonna be a Lisa. This is somebody who's got a little bit more time, but is also very visual because you're gonna check that off every day or every week or month like a to-do list, and that's gonna be very motivating and encouraging. The next type is gonna be Tessa. This tote Tessa, I call her. This one is really good for someone like me, extremely overwhelmed by clutter, to the point where I would absolutely break down sobbing in the middle of a decluttering project and have to leave the house altogether. This is why I lived in so much clutter and chaos for so many years, because the thought of facing my clutter absolutely sent me into a panic. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna clear off one space. This could be the top of the bed, the kitchen table, a space in your living room on the floor, and you're going to load everything into a tote. You're going to declutter what's in the tote, and that's it. This is great because it gets you out of the overwhelming space. There's an end in sight. It's not a sea of items, it's what's inside the tote. So if you have a lot to declutter, if you're easily overwhelmed and you want this to be a more calm process, then try using a tote. Boundary Brooke is somebody who is really going to focus first on the actual space that she has in her home. This could maybe include the garage, the basement, but before you start decluttering at all, Brooke is gonna go in and look around and say, okay, what realistically can I have in here? What can I keep? Because the goal is not to stuff and overfill your home to the point of it being unmanageable or spaces being impossible to maintain. So what you're gonna do if you're Brooke is you're very visual and you're gonna go through and you're really gonna respect how much storage you have. You're gonna look at what kind of cupboard space you have, the countertops you have, and start backwards. Because I think at the end of the day, we all get to this point where we have to respect the boundaries of our home, but I think it can be very useful to start here if you're somebody very visual and somebody very realistic. So go through your house, take some photos, take video, take a mental note, whatever, and just look and see what your space is and start backwards. Sorted Stack Stephanie. I actually really like this one for pretty much anybody. I think sorted stacks are very nice because it's visual. I like seeing what you have, and I like that it is an organized approach. It is gonna take a little bit of time up front to go through and sort things out, sort through the books, the clothes, the shoes. You can be as specific as you want. You can even sort into what room things need to be relocated into. These go upstairs in the master bedroom. These things go downstairs to the basement. You can decide how you want to make your categories and make your stacks, but I love this for somebody who's very visual once again. And I feel like this one doesn't actually take as much time as you feel like it's going to up front. This is reminding me a little bit of the Marie Kondo method, where hers is on a larger scale. You go through the house and you pile things up based on category. You're not going to go that large scale because you don't have that kind of help. Marie's method is meant to be done alongside her, a decluttering professional. So if you don't have somebody like that and you're on your own, aside from maybe your spouse or kids, then I think this is a good idea. Just scale it way down and do this for individual rooms or individual surfaces. Let's talk about Dana K. White's 5-step decluttering method. I think it's no secret that I absolutely adore her. Her 5-step decluttering method is actually life-changing, and I mean that. So her 5-step strategy, I'll go through it quickly, is to 1, look for all the trash, then look for relocate items. 3, you're gonna look for easy donations. 4, you're gonna come across some items and ask yourself a couple questions. Where would I look for this first? Or would it even occur to me that I had this item? You're gonna make decisions from there. Her 5th step in this process is making it fit. Apply the container concept and see if you actually have room to comfortably, not stuffing things in there, but comfortably store the item and maintain the space. I love this. It works for small areas, but I also think if your home overall is very overwhelming and you just don't know where to start, apply this to the entire house. Do the 5-step decluttering method, but take a week, make your home better. It's not gonna be perfect, and friends, it never is. That's the thing about decluttering. You're never gonna be perfect, so lower your expectations now. On day 1, you are gonna go through your house with a trash bag, and you are just gonna collect the garbage in your home. And you're gonna run through, this may only take 10 minutes, set the timer, and see what garbage you can collect in your home. On day 2, or in the second phase, you're gonna look for obvious relocate items, things that clearly have a home somewhere else. It's a no-brainer. You don't have to think about it or ask yourself a single question. You know exactly where the scissors go and you put them away. On day 3, you're gonna look for easy donations, stuff that you haven't used in forever, stuff that's just been sitting there, set to the side. This could be anything from clothes in your laundry room to extra home decor or books. It could go with absolutely any category. Toys the kids haven't played with in forever. But I'm telling you, the difference it makes when you go through your house with a specific purpose or a specific goal is outstanding. You can make a huge amount of progress in a very small amount of time when you know what you're looking for. So day 4, or step 4, is where you're looking for items that are a little trickier. You're actually maybe not thinking right off the bat where this item goes. You're gonna ask yourself 2 questions. Where would I look for this item first? And then would it even occur to me that I had this item? And if you can't answer the first question, where would I look for this first? If you're like, I actually don't know, it kind of leads you right into, it wouldn't even occur to me that I had it. It goes, it gets donated. So I think that is absolutely genius, and again, very structured. Day 5, hit up some areas that are overflowing. Some areas of your home that have been hard for you to manage, hard for you to maintain. When you open up those cabinet doors, everything is stuffed in there, spilling out. I have an area like that in my kitchen right now that I actually need to get to this week. So anytime you get into there, you're frustrated, you're rifling through, you can't find what you're looking for, things aren't fitting, it's a frustrating area. You know where those areas are in your home. In fact, for me, it's the cupboard in the kitchen, it's also in the coat closet. We have way too many shoes in there. So I can think of those. Let me know where in your house right now is coming to mind that's completely overstuffed, that's driving you crazy. And that's the 5th day, or the 5th step. You're just gonna hit a couple spots in your house that are like that. They're overfilled. I love this next decluttering challenge. I think it's a great decluttering idea for 2024. If you are feeling like you just don't know and you're kind of overwhelmed at the thought of making decisions, you're actually gonna pack up a room. It would be great to start in your kitchen. I think there are so many duplicates in there. There's so much in there that I think we have become clutter blind to, and the kitchen doesn't have a lot usually of sentimental stuff. So you're gonna pack up an entire room. To make this more simple, because that in and of itself can feel really overwhelming, just say, I'm gonna pack up the stuff that I'm not sure if I'm gonna need or not. I 100% know I use my toaster every day. Why would I pack that up? I know I make coffee every morning. I'm gonna leave my coffee maker out. So you're not gonna pack that up. So maybe just say, I'm gonna focus on the things that I'm just not sure, or I haven't used it in a while. Put it in a box or a bin and see what happens after a month. Did you pull this stuff out? Did you even think about it? So I think this is a really nice way to kind of take some of the guesswork out of decluttering, especially when you're feeling very overwhelmed and very unmotivated. Pack up maybe a little more than you think you should, And I think you'll surprise yourself at how much you can get rid of. Would you like to see me take this challenge? I think it'd be fun to film for you. If you don't know where to start, once again, you're just feeling overwhelmed, then I say pack up half your decor. See this little shelf behind me? It's been kind of overwhelming me recently. For whatever reason, it's felt a little cluttered, and I've tried to keep things on here neutral. We have some things that we really love, like our picture of Jesus. We have a cute little picture of my daughter. People have asked, where are your other kids? They're across the living room on another little end table, so don't worry. But I also just have some pretty decor pieces. Why is it suddenly overwhelming me? I'm not really sure, but it is. So I want to go ahead and pack this up. I want to take all of it down, take the shelving unit down to the basement, and see if it feels better. Just try removing half the decor in a room or a few pieces and see if you feel better. If you do, that's your cue that you did have too much in your room for your personal clutter threshold. If all else fails, do what I call a daily declutter. This is where you go through your daily routine, your regular routine, and you are going to declutter the spaces that you touch. I do my makeup every single day, so I'm gonna start my day with decluttering in my makeup bag. Are there 2 or 3 things that I can get rid of from in there? I'm gonna go down to the kitchen, and every single morning I do the dishes. So as I'm obviously using what's in the dishwasher, but as I'm putting things away, is there anything I can pull out from that cupboard or that cabinet that I haven't used in a long time? From there, we're doing school drop off. So I'm gonna look in my car for garbage. So if all else fails and you feel like I don't have time, I'm too busy running my house to declutter, then do a DRD, a daily routine declutter. See how many items you can get rid of. Set up a little basket somewhere in your house, probably like by the back door, and just as you go through your day, toss things in there. See how much you can donate in one day. I bet you will shock and amaze yourself at how much you can get rid of without even really trying. I cannot wait to continue to help you on your decluttering journey this year. I will see you in the next one. Bye.